Welcome to TuberChat. If you have less than 10,000 subscribers, you've come to the right place. We are going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. I see we've already got lots of people in the chat ready to go, so thank you very much, everybody, for coming so early and for keeping each other engaged before we begin. A couple of familiar faces and then a couple of newcomers as well. So I'm glad that we've been introduced to a few new people. Thank you, Michael's Adventures, for your invitations. Those are paying off. Mr. Fulton Mraz has some great news for us. So keep up the good work, Mr. Fulton Mraz. We always look forward to good news from you. And today our featured channel is Eve Belize. We look at a different channel to feature here on TuberChat every single live stream. And we feature these channels across all of our social networks, including Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you'd like to be considered as a featured channel, then the best idea is to sign up for our email list. That's where I typically pick most of the channels that are featured from, and that's just simply at tuberchat.com. So I will take a moment to welcome everybody, and then I'll get through the procedures about how you can make the most out of your time here at TuberChat, why I have a wheel spinning on the right of your screen, and give a little bit of light to the silly things that we say in our chat over the next couple of hours. So Chickly Beauty is a previously featured channel from TuberChat, so thanks for coming in. Christian Nomad, good to see you back. Clayton's Irish Den, it's good to have you back here as well in DIY Sleeping Quarters. Always nice to have you. Live to Eat is in the house. Lulicious is back again, so thank you very much. Hopefully you're meeting lots of new friends and family members and having a good time, because I appreciate you coming back so often. Michael's Adventures is one of the most supportive creators who has ever come through TuberChat. They have shown generosity beyond my imagination when I started TuberChat. They do a lot of helping of other channels, and they've done a lot of helping of TuberChat itself and myself personally. So Michael's Adventures happens to be working on his watch hours. Anybody who would like to swap playlists with other creators for the purpose of gaining watch hours can simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat, and other creators will reach out to you, and you're free to make those arrangements independently. Mr. and Mrs. Anabalo, one of our members, is another channel that I know is willing to swap playlists. I am actually in the process of swapping them with them as we speak. And Ms. Louisiana Housewife. I wonder if this is your first time with TuberChat, so forgive me if I'm wrong about that, but hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one, and follow the instructions at the bottom of the screen, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members in no time. PA, my very much appreciated moderator, I'm hoping that you're enjoying all of your wrenches as we add them one by one. You were with me earlier today on my personal channel, and now you're modded over there, so I appreciate you doing that for me as well. Simply Royce, good to see you back. Syoban's World, good to have you in here as well. Tanisha Armstrong, happy to see you back. And the Daniel Show is with us all the time here. Bright Creations is in the house. Bright Creations is in review for monetization as of this morning. So good job. We're very happy for you. I'm sure everybody will join me in congratulating you and insisting for you to keep up the good work. Jaden Sue is always in the house with us as well. Thrifty Angela, good to see you coming back in. Aaron Hockey, great to see you here. Just My Opinions is willing to swap playlists. And I hope I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I certainly don't mean to, but as people, as if you're still active in the chat, as things go along, of course, I'll catch everybody at some point. Kristen Welton, my love, is in the chat as a moderator and a member. And then Kira Welton, my BFF forever. That's Kristen's daughter, my stepdaughter. She is with us too. Oh, and forgive me, Ms. Louisiana Housewife. I thought I recognized your channel, but I'd rather make the mistake of welcoming you twice than not doing it at all. But I appreciate you coming back and seeing TuberChat. Hopefully you will meet all the friends and family members that you'd like. Eve Belize, there's our featured channel for today. So what I'm going to do is grab some of these. I've got to grab the members first and get them on the wheel. It's going to be a while before I spin the wheel. Mr. and Mrs. Anabalo is here, as well as Chickly Beauty. I had the pleasure of hanging out in Chickley Beauty's video live stream. I feel I wish I didn't miss Mr. and Mrs. Anabalo did a premiere earlier today, and I missed it by about 20 minutes. We were out doing our live stream. It took me a few minutes to get settled back in the house before I set up for TuberChat and this and that. But I keep missing your stuff. Noxie's life is back in the house. Hopefully you're still here with us. YouTubers Police, good to see you back. Thank you very much for coming in. Life Everything Under the Sun, it's good to have you in here as well. Jenny O'Brien, I'm happy to see you, so thank you for coming in. Blood Dragon, it's always good to see you. I've had the pleasure of hanging out with them in a live stream as well. McCoy Fam Channel, always good to see you, so thank you for coming back in as well. And it's called Just My Opinions. Did I say something wrong? Just my opinions? Sorry. Maybe I misspoke. I didn't catch myself doing that. But hopefully we can feature you correctly when you're here, and I really appreciate the time everybody spends. As we grow and follow more and more channels, it becomes harder and harder for everybody to support all the creators that they need to as much as they wish that they could, myself included. So I appreciate every moment that you spend with us here at TuberChat, and I hope to maximize your impact so that you can get everything that you want out of YouTube and get everything that you need out of TuberChat while you're here. And Michael's Adventures, by the way, thank you so much for the help. I know you're constantly looking over my channel, my videos, to see if there's some more ads you can run for me. I really do appreciate that. Michael's Adventures is always willing to swap playlists, like a lot of other channels in the chat are. Kristen does it. Mr. and Mrs. Anabalo, Eve Belize is swapping with people. So you can simply just say, I am willing to swap playlists, and other creators will reach out to you, and you can reach out to other creators once they've said something like that as well. And everybody's free to make those arrangements independently, of course. I just simply encourage it because I think that it's a great way. First of all, you pump your hours up. And secondly, to get a friendship started. Once you've traded favors with another creator, you will find yourself being favored by them when you have new videos, premieres, and live streams. And you will probably find yourself favoring them as well. But it will give your channel a strong and solid foundation. So, Crystal Renee, I didn't get you on the wheel yet. Forgive me for that. Crystal Renee, it's always good to see you. Thank you very much. That's another one of our members. So, with memberships, when you have a gold or silver membership, you're added to the wheel at the start of every live stream, whether you're here or not. And then for all other members, you're added to the wheel as soon as I see you. JCC Tube, good to have you back. Thank you for coming in. And Life Everything Under the Sun is willing to swap playlists as well. I will add many more names to the wheel likely before we start spinning today. We'll see. Mr. and Mrs. Anabalo will be happy to see that I've got yet another Gatorade, but today we're drinking purple. I don't want to call it raisin or grape. I want to call it purple because that's how we refer to our Gatorades. Jaden Sue is back in the house. Always good to see you, so thank you. Metrosonic, another previously featured channel from TuberChat, is here. Metrosonic recently celebrated 14 years on YouTube and is still going strong. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. Thrifty Angela, I hope I welcomed you. Family Travel and Excursions, good to see you back. Twin Games, good to see you here. Forgive me, I think you've been here before, and forgive me if I'm wrong about that, but hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. As long as you take your time, meet people one by one, and follow the instructions at the bottom of the screen, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members in no time. Lift to Eat is always laughing at my Gatorades. But you can blame Mr. and Mrs. Anabalo for that from a couple of days ago. So the way that we connect here specifically, for those of you who are a little bit newer to TuberChat, is to simply leave a single emoji of any kind in the chat next to somebody's name. That lets them know that you want to connect with them. Then head to their channel and watch a short video in full of at least 1 minute long so that it registers with the YouTube algorithms. Then leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. And it should be at least a couple of full sentences long so that it doesn't get held for review or caught in the YouTube spam filter. others, and then give the creator a thumbs up, because we should always be doing that for each other. And then you subscribe to them and come back into the chat here, leave a double emoji of any kind next to their name, and that lets them know that you've secured that connection the right way, so that they can find your comment easily. You might want to say something about the video that you watched, and then they will turn around and do the same thing for your channel. If anybody wants me to clarify what I'm talking about when I mention swapping playlists, I'm happy to go over it. Maybe I will in a moment anyway. And I just want to think about adding something here. So I try not to do too much self-promotion while we're here, but I just want to try something. I started adding a comment onto every video. I can't do it with the link unless I shorten it up and this and that, but there you go. So there's all our custom emojis as well, that hopefully make it a little bit easier for our members to have people follow them on social media and make those playlist arrangements and things like that. Metrosonic has been very consistently putting stuff on TikTok and trying to put more videos on YouTube, and just recently uploaded a 5-second video. Okay, that's cool. Everything helps. Everything is content, that's for sure. If a video only needs to be 5 seconds, it only needs to be 5 seconds. And if it needs to be longer, that's fine too. So I will go over the idea of swapping playlists, because we push it so much here on TuberChat. I really believe that it's a wonderful way to get collaboration started with other creators. It's me, Wanston. Yes, Honey is in the house. Thanks for coming in. I just saw Wanston on Chasing Chris on the panel of a live stream just a few hours ago. So thank you for coming in. It's me, Wanston. Yes, Honey has been with TuberChat since the very beginning, perhaps even was the very first channel to come through on the very first live stream that we did. I've known Wanston for quite some time now. So thank you for that. And when I talk about swapping playlists, so specifically, the idea is that you are going to run a playlist of videos for another creator, and they are going to run a playlist of your videos. And you can imagine if you have a playlist that's 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 or 20 or even more hours, and you get a lot of different creators running that playlist for you, your hours can really stack up. But the real benefit comes in the fact that you have traded favors with another creator, and you'll find yourself getting a friendship going that way. CJ's Info, it's good to have you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And Business Basics with Mr. Long is here. Thank you for coming in. Also, Black Nuru Diaries, our most recently added member. Let's get you on the wheel right away now that I've seen you. And I'll add some more names to the wheel shortly. Johnny and Claire TV, good to see you here. And when we talk about the idea of making a playlist for the purpose of swapping with other creators, what we're looking for is a playlist that contains all of your videos. You might call it, in Eve Belize's case here, she might call it All of Eve Belize, or Binge Watch Eve Belize, or something like that. And thank you, MAH Videos. I'm always good, living the dream like always. Thank you. Hopefully you are too. I appreciate it. You always ask me how I am when you come in, and I do appreciate that. So, and then Business Basics with Mr. Long, thanks for the thumbs up. So you don't want to include any videos in your playlist that are from other creators, because they will get the watch time, you will not. So you just have to be aware of that. And then anything that's unlisted or private, because the term we're looking for is 4,000 public watch hours. Kristen Welton is now well on her way with less than 500 hours to go. So we're probably going to see her monetized within the next couple of weeks, hopefully sooner than later. But she is aggressively willing to swap playlists and still will be after monetization, as I am, as Carrie Beth is, and other people that we see in the chat as well. So you can reach out to her if you'd like to. One more time, I should just mention we've got a congratulations in the house for Bright Creations, who is in review for monetization as of this morning. So if anybody has any questions regarding the playlist that I'm talking about and swapping, I'm happy to answer them to the best of my ability. But everybody's free to make those arrangements independently. All you have to do in the chat is say, I am willing to swap playlists, and other creators will reach out to you for the purpose of getting that done. right away. So hopefully I should just take one more second before I start thinking about adding names to the wheel if I can already. Maybe we're a little bit early today for that, but if you have the ability to share, whether it's on your community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, Reddit, or any other social network, of course, I will appreciate it. Every interaction helps push TuberChat a little bit farther into the algorithm so that we can get found easier, meet more and more creators, and then maximize our impact for everyone in the community. And if you haven't already, please, please, please give the thumbs up, because it really does help. And I know if you're on a phone, you have to turn the chat off for a quick second to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment, and I'll appreciate it greatly if you can. And then Metrosonic is appreciating everybody's love and kindness, but it's well-deserved. Metrosonic is an inspiration to everybody with a 14-year history on YouTube and going strong. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll spin, and then I'll add some names to the wheel. And forgive me because I changed my mind a million times while we're doing everything here at TuberChat as well. So we recently added this weekend topic of the day, and I hope everybody will engage that. What I'm curious to know today, and I'm sure everybody will be entertained by it, is to know what was the topic of the first video that you ever posted on your YouTube channel. I'm just curious to know. It gives a good idea of where you started and how far you've come since then, even if it was only a short while ago. This is Crystal Renee, another member from TuberChat, another previously featured channel, of course, as well. And she is generous in a few aspects. She's got well over 100 subscribers now, which is great. The last time I remember counting, you were at 91. So it's great that you're growing. And now we're on to the next milestone. So you've got the 100 nice and locked in there. And hopefully we're going to see you push a little bit farther towards the 200 that must be on your mind. Life Through Our Eyes 303, it's good to see you. Thanks for coming in. And then Nature Africa Explorers, forgive me, I don't know if I welcomed you. You've been here for quite a few minutes already. And hopefully I haven't skipped over anybody in the chat, but it looks like everybody's having a good time connecting, meeting new friends and family members. Crystal Renee also does the featured channels collaboration. And I like talking about this because this is another great, Basuma Baria, sorry, I did see you come in and I didn't welcome you, but thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. And then just a reminder for everybody, the best idea here at TuberChat is to always go first. We're a little bit different than some of the other growth streams out there that are similar to TuberChat. Here, we insist that the mentality is that if you give much more than you expect to receive, you will end up actually getting more than you wanted in the first place from YouTube. And therefore, we make the first move. So you visit a channel, you watch their video, give them a comment and a like, subscribe to them, and then you come back here and let them know that you've done that, and then they will do the same thing for you. My pleasure, Nature Africa Explorers. I appreciate you coming back to TuberChat again and again. MSK Family Vlogs, thanks to you for coming back in. It's always nice to have you here. Metrosonic, yeah, that's absolutely true. Zion Kids Natural TV, thank you for coming in. I was trying to welcome you in the chat earlier. It was a little bit, your messages get held right now. Our moderators have to grab them. Not that that matters, but it is a thing. So it prevents people from being able to mention you in the chat as well. But I'm glad that you're here. I think this is your, I don't think this is your first time. Although I do think you're a little bit newer to TuberChat, and forgive me if I'm wrong about that, but hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody in the chat that you'd like to, and you can reach out to creators one by one. Take your time, and you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members in no time if you just follow the instructions at the bottom of the screen. Tanisha Armstrong, the reason why you wanted to do YouTube, what's that? I'm always curious to know. And so Crystal Renee is here. Let me see what I can do about adding channels to the screen, or to the wheel, rather. You are. So it is your first time here, but you were first. Thank you for coming in so early. I really appreciate it. And like I said, hopefully you're feeling welcome. If you have any questions, I'll answer them to the best of my ability. But in the meantime, you're free to meet as many creators as you'd like to. Again, just take your time, meet people one by one. Hopefully you have fun with it, and you will find yourself with as many friends and family members as you'd like if you take your time. So Christian Nomad, let's get you on the wheel. Lift to eat. Gallo Covers, good to see you here. I think this is your first time with TuberChat, so forgive me if I'm wrong about that, but hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody that you'd like to in the chat. Just take your time, meet people one by one, and you will find yourself with some new friends and family members in no time if you just follow the instructions at the bottom of the screen. Wow, Metrosonic is also celebrating 10 years in the apartment where you first moved in. That's fantastic. We love milestones of any kind. And then Gallo Covers, yes. So anybody who's a little bit newer to TuberChat, the specific way that we connect here is to reach out to anybody that you'd like to in the chat. Leave a single emoji next to their name. That lets them know that you want to connect with them, and then head to their channel, watch a short video in full of at least 1 minute long so that it registers with the YouTube algorithm. Then leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. Should be at least a couple of full sentences long so that it doesn't get held for review or caught in the YouTube spam filters. Then give the creator a thumbs up, because we should always be doing that for each other. And then subscribe to them. Come back into the chat here and let them know that you've done that by leaving a double emoji next to their name to let them know that you've locked that connection in the right way, and then say something about the video that you watched so that they can find your comment easily, and then turn around and do the same thing for your channel. Business Basics with Mr. Long says the first topic they did was Introduction to Entrepreneurship. They introduced 100 videos on how to start your own business. So as a business teacher, that's your goal to share on YouTube, which is a great thing. I'll be watching your channel intently. I love that stuff. And then, yes, Metrosonic, absolutely. Everybody can turn the bell on. I individually turn bells on for everybody that comes through TuberChat. Typically what happens when I connect with you for the first time, I just let YouTube do its thing. But then when we get you on the screen, I turn the bell on just like I did here for Christian Nomad. So they have got the featured channels collaboration, forgive me, going on. And then as well, they've got a lot of dynamic content here, including a perfect video to connect with at only 4 minutes long here. Their most recent video that was just put up yesterday at around this time. Hopefully I haven't missed too much in the chat. Ruhi Diaries, thank you for coming back in. Lady Zion Mother's Creativity, thank you for coming in. This is your first time with TuberChat, but hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house, and everybody's willing to connect. Diggy Kid Kivo, thank you for coming in. I think that you, forgive me, but I think you have been in TuberChat, have you not? Or did we connect outside? Pardon me for just 1 second.
I didn't want to say anything.
I didn't see that. Okay. Yeah, Ruhi Diaries. I'm just going to time you out for a second. So hopefully you understand here at TuberChat, we don't do any self-promotion. That's actually considered spam. It's against the YouTube community guidelines. So we have to be very careful. So you'll be released again in a few minutes and you can come back into the chat, but you need to know wholeheartedly here in TuberChat in this community, we believe in supporting other creators first, and then having those creators come back and support us as well. So you can consider whether that's something that you want for your channel. Everybody here is expecting to subscribe to your channel, but they are expecting you to subscribe to them first. So we don't ask anybody to come to our house or visit us or watch our videos or any of that other stuff. You could take a moment to have a look at how everybody's interacting in the chat. And then, like I said, you'll be free in a couple of minutes to join back in and connect if you'd like to. Forgive me if I've missed anybody in the chat. Cyoban's World is still doing well. Thank you. I will go back over the procedure in a quick moment. Shen Zen Zen, Jamaican Vibes, recently changed their name, but Shen Zen Zen is a very familiar and much loved member of our community here at TuberChat, a previously featured channel, and somebody that I'm swapping playlists with right now, as a matter of fact. I think I just finished, actually, but I've got another machine working on that. Life Thrives 303 is ready to bake with anybody that wants to bake, of course. And then Just My Opinions is willing to swap playlists as well. Anybody that's willing to swap playlists can simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat, and other creators will reach out to you for the purpose of getting that done. Domo and Nini, good to see you back again. I hope I'm pronouncing that right when I say it, but I know you've been here a few times, so thank you for coming back in. And Dante, no copyright music. Good to see you in here. Thanks for coming in. I think this is your first time with TuberChat, so hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. If you take your time, meet people one by one, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members in no time if you just follow the instructions at the bottom of the screen. I've got the Murphy family coming up right now. This is a silver member. What that means is that they are included on the wheel at the beginning of every live stream, whether they're here or not. And we're going to have a look at their channel now just for a quick second. They're an unbelievably loyal and dedicated supporter and great friends with the Hoops Family Network, which is a much-loved channel here at TuberChat as well. Dante, no copyright music, is willing to swap playlists as well, which is great. So obviously you've got the hang of what we're doing here. Specifically, for those of you who are newer to TuberChat, the way that we connect is to leave a single emoji next to somebody's name in the chat that lets them know that you want to connect with them, and then head to their channel and watch a short video in full of at least 1 minute long so that it registers with the YouTube algorithms. Leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video, and it should be at least a couple of full sentences so that it doesn't get caught in the YouTube spam filters or held for review. And then leave a thumbs up, of course, because we should always be doing that for each other, and then subscribe to them and come back into the chat here and leave a double emoji next to their name of any kind that lets them know that you've secured that connection the right way, and then say something about the video that you watched so that they can find your comment easily, and then they will turn around and do the same thing for your channel. Copper State Treasures, it's always a pleasure to have you in the house. I look forward to the next time I can catch you on a live stream. But I know it's been a little while, but I appreciate you coming back again and again. I intend to do the same thing for you. And it looks like everybody's having a good time connecting, meeting new friends and family members. So the Murphy family, like I said, is a generous and loyal and dedicated supporter. They are very much engulfed in a group of family channels where they do challenges together, and the Hoops Family Network is very much connected to them as well. Okay, thank you very much, Metrosonic. Enjoy your dinner, and hopefully we'll see you again shortly. TuberChat is always here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but the times change so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And then hopefully everybody in the chat, especially those of you who are a little bit newer, are not shy. Please reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. We always make the first move here at TuberChat. You're expected to go to somebody else's channel, watch their video, give them a comment and a like, subscribe to them, then come back, let them know that you've done that, and they will turn around and do the same thing for your channel. And Mr. and Mrs. Anabalo, thanks for reminding everybody, as well as PA, to give us a thumbs up. It really does help the stream. We always need as many as we can get. We've a couple of times hit 100 likes. And pretty soon, I think we're going to get to the point that it happens regularly, but it really does help and it really does matter so that we can reach more and more creators every single live stream. And it looks like everybody's having a good time connecting. Here's Mr. and Mrs. Annabello right here. This is a loyal and dedicated supporter who's connected to me both here on TuberChat and on my personal channel. So we will give a simple cheers to them with our great Gatorade. Oh, Just Vlogging Life. Yes, you're already on the wheel. Just Vlogging Life is a gold member, so they get added to the wheel every time we start the live stream, whether they're here or not, and their link will be dropped every 30 minutes or so by our good friend Nightbot. And then thank you very much, Shen Zen Zen. And looks like we've got some special activity going on in the chat right now. Jenny O'Brien, thank you so much for becoming a member. And like I keep telling everybody in the chat, we are not going to change the way that we do the live streams. Everything is always free. Everybody has an equal opportunity to get on the wheel. It's run by my good friend Bautissimo, the robot over here. But in the case of memberships and super chats, we're just going to let people skip the line and either get onto the wheel or onto the screen right away. And Jenny O'Brien, I really appreciate your support. And as you've joined as a silver member, that means your channel is going to be added to the wheel at the beginning of every live stream, whether you're here or not. I'm not going to cut off Mr. and Mrs. Annabello quite yet. We'll give them another moment because they are also a loyal and dedicated supporter, not to mention a member here. But we'll get Jenny O'Brien onto the screen right away today, just because you've become a member. But I appreciate that greatly, so thank you very much for that. And then hopefully you will enjoy right away using the custom emojis that we have to make it easier to make those playlist arrangements by having people connect with you on any other social media networks that you use. The Essential Circle, good to see you back in. Thank you very much. Oh dear, and Jason Chris has become a member as well. I was just hanging out in their live stream for a few moments earlier. That's where It's Me Wanston Yes Honey was hanging out, and they were having a talk about you know, the things you can do to up the quality of your videos, including using a green screen and lighting and things like that. So Jason Chris, thank you so much for becoming a member. We actually just had Jenny O'Brien become a member right before that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Jenny O'Brien up on the screen right away first, and then I'll put you up right after. So thank you for that. In the case, like I said, of memberships and super chats, we're just going to let people skip the line and either get onto the wheel or onto the screen right away. And then as a bronze member, Jason Chris will be added to the wheel every time we live stream as soon as I see you in the chat. Hopefully everybody's doing well, as Jason Chris is asking. And so let's get Jenny O'Brien up there and see what she has got going on for us today. First thing we got to do is get your bell on. 1.99 thousand subscribers. Can you believe that? So I wonder if it's possible, it has to be, that we can help Jenny O'Brien, who now has supported TuberChat. I wonder if we can all get together and support her. I'll appreciate it if you do. Anybody that hasn't already connected to Jenny O'Brien can, and we will push her over to that mark. She's got to be thinking about that 2,000, and it's possible for that to happen today right here. TuberChat's just started. We'll be here at least for another hour and a half, probably 2 hours, and I think we can get that done. She needs definitely less than 10 more to get to the 2,000, so I hope everybody will help with that. And hopefully everybody's having a good time connecting, meeting new friends and family members. Jenny O'Brien, I can't remember for the life of me. I think I met you in originally in Melda and Amra family. I think so. And if not, it was Happy Lux, I'm sure. But Jenny O'Brien is a creator that supports other live streams. That's where we first ran into each other. I'm almost 100% certain of it. My good friend Melda and Amra family, we sometimes cross raid with them in Happy Lux. But it's great to have you here. It's great to have you as a member. Jenny O'Brien obviously has a lot of dynamic content here, as we can see. Lots of different stuff. you're a fan of Mork and Mindy. I used to watch that show. I'm aging myself here. I'm aging both of us by pointing it out, but you probably enjoyed that show as much as I did with Robin Williams back in the day. I used to watch that all the time. And it looks like everybody's having a good time connecting to new friends and family members in the house. And then I'm just scanning through the chat. Hopefully I haven't missed anything. And then JCCTube, thank you for the kind words. I love the positivity as well. There are a lot of loyal and dedicated supporters. And now I know you're a little bit newer to tuberchat, but as you spend more time, you'll hear the stories that I tell about the channels that come through the chat, and particularly the ones that I put on the screen, like I'm talking about Jenny O'Brien here. And you'll get to know the kind of loyal and dedicated support that you can expect from the community here at tuberchat. I do what I can to make sure that things stay that way. And everybody in the chat is extremely respectful all the time, makes the job of moderating and running a live stream extremely easy for me. But as well, one of the most heartwarming things is to go out into the YouTube world and be supporting other creators in their live streams and premieres and things like that, or leaving comments on videos and find other people you've met in tuberchat out there supporting other creators as well. And you start to get a real sense of what's possible for your own channel. So I really appreciate what everybody does around here, because they make the job of running tuberchat extremely easy, and it continues to grow and grow. Clayton's Irish Den, thank you so much for the kind words as well. I really appreciate you saying that. And so let's have a look at what Jason Chris has got going on for us as well. Jenny O'Brien, one more time, thank you so much for becoming a member. I'm going to make sure that you both get added to our front page as well. We've got spaces for our gold and silver members, as well as all of our members on our front page. But again, we're not going to change anything about the way that we run the live streams here. Everything's still free. Not going to hold anything back. The only difference is in the case of memberships or super chats, like we've seen, we'll just let people skip the line and get on the wheel or get on the screen right away. And there we go. And I hope everybody will engage our topic of the day. I will change these up every single live stream, and hopefully it will give us some engaging conversation in the chat. Today, I'm just wondering, what was the topic of the first video you ever posted on your YouTube channel? It's interesting to just go over that memory for a quick second and see especially how far you've come from then to now, even if it was only a short while ago. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat, but it looks like everybody's having a good time connecting, meeting new friends and family members, which is great. I'll spin the wheel again in a moment, and I will add some more names to the wheel as well. I will, maybe I'll add one right now. Chasing Chris, like I said, I was just doing I was just hanging on a live stream for a moment there where, oh, is this it? Mukbang, you were on Ask Questions. Wanston came on with you. It's me, Wanston, yes, honey, who's a moderator here, came on to that live stream. And I just caught it for a few minutes before setting up for tuberchat. You were talking about green screens and lighting and editing programs and things like that. Might be interesting for everybody here to know I am still using an original iPhone SE. It's not the new one. It's the one from 4 or 5 years ago. And I have videos that have been filmed with that simple camera and some very simple editing with iMovie that now have over 200,000 views on them for other channels that I look after. And then Joatology, thank you for your kind words. Hopefully you'll meet some new friends and family members here. Luckily, everybody here is extremely respectful, and we're trying to build a community of loyal and dedicated supporters. BA watch Mork and Mindy also. Jenny just got the 2K. I missed it. Did you tell me that, Jenny? And I'm so sorry if I missed it. Jaden is usually right on the ball for all things YouTube. Jaden must have gone and connected with Jenny. Let's look back at. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do two things at once here. So we'll go back to Jenny O'Brien's channel just for a second. I'm going to make sure that that gets added into our. There you go, 2,000 subscribers. So you crossed the 2,000 mark right here, and thank you so much for letting us be a part of that. And thank you to everybody who connected with Jenny O'Brien for that purpose. What I'm going to do now, just in case anybody wants a short tutorial. So what I'll do is I will get these two new members added to our front page, and you can see what the process is for dressing up your front page a little bit. As you can see, we've added these two new shelves, one for gold and silver members and one's for bronze level members. And so when I go on customize channel, I've got to copy the URL. I skip back to this window for a second. I'm just going to copy the URL out of the address bar here. And then I'm going to get down into the module that we need. I should pause for 1 second and just remind everybody, if there's anything in the chat that you feel like I need to address with regards to other creators not connecting properly, whether it's that they don't understand or possibly some other reason, you can reach out to me on Instagram at tuberchat, all one word. I try to be attentive of it, and then I can address anything that we need to worry about to the best of my ability. So Jenny O'Brien is a silver member, so let's get her added. I'm just going to click on add channels here. I've already got the module set up. You can see I've titled it Gold and Silver Members, and I'm just going to add a little piece of code. Anytime you're sharing your URL on the internet for your YouTube channel, you always want to make sure that this piece of code is added. Mikazuki YT, thank you for coming in. So we put a question mark in the words sub_confirmation equals 1. And then I click add. And what that does, if somebody's never been to your channel before, it presents a window that asks them if they want to. Sorry, I put that in the wrong place, actually. I've got to move that because this is a module I've got for gold and silver members. I do it in some kind of an order. And then I just click done, and now it's set. I don't have to save because it's already saved. When I click my channel, we'll go back to it and we'll see. Oh, MSK, you just want to be careful. Something that you're doing is making your comments go to spam. You can risk losing the connection that way. So I don't know what it could be. It could be just a simple word that's causing that to happen. But you just want to be considerate of it. Now, let's get back to chasing Chris. And I got to do the same thing for that channel. I'll do it very quickly. So I add the URL. I head back to my channel, click Customize Channel. For those of you who want to go back over this tutorial, if you want to dress up your front page, you can remember it's about 40 minutes in to episode number 74 of TuberChat. When we skip down into our module, Chasing Chris is a bronze level member, so I'm going to put you at the front of this list now. Oh, the S word. Yeah, we can't use the S word. And at the end of the URL, of course, I add the code again, sub_confirmation equals 1. And when I click add, it's been added to the bottom of the list, but I'm going to move you to the front of the list. And there we go. We're done. I click done. It's saved. And when I go to my channel, we're going to see our new channels have been added to our front page. Sandrine Wait, thank you for coming back in. And then, yeah, just so everybody knows, in case anybody doesn't already know, so all of the words that you can't use here in the chat, subscribed, subscriber, subscribing, and all that stuff is actually considered spam by the YouTube algorithms because sub for behavior is lined up in the community guidelines as not allowed. So YouTube really looks at those words carefully and causes a lot of things to be spam. If your comment when you're leaving packages for people goes to the spam filter or held for review, you run the risk of YouTube deleting your subscription to that channel. So what happens is sometimes we wonder, why do we lose subscribers? It's not because they unsubscribed. It's because one of the two parties didn't fulfill the obligation perfectly. And YouTube is not very forgiving when it comes to looking at that. There's Chasing Chris and Just Vlogging Life on our front page. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up. And thank Jenny O'Brien and Chasing Chris one more time for becoming members today. One Music, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. I wonder if this is your first time with TuberChat. I think so, but forgive me if I'm wrong about that. And hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect. So please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. And you'll meet some new friends and family members if you'd like to. Now, I've held that message because we don't do jackets here and we don't do any self-promotion. So here in TuberChat, it's different than the other live streams that you've been in. You can't ask for anything here. It's self-promotion. It's actually against the YouTube community guidelines. So we don't do jackets. We don't do wrenches. We don't do links or any of that stuff. Here in TuberChat, everybody is expecting to subscribe to your channel, but they're expecting you to subscribe to them first. So it's much different than what you might have seen. If you want to hang out for a few minutes, I'll describe the exact process. If you take your time and meet people one by one and follow the instructions at the bottom of the screen, you'll find yourself with some new subscribers for your channel. This is not a sub for sub network, but that is what we do here. And then Ruhi Diaries is hopefully in the game. Oh, I accidentally clicked something. I'm just looking in another window. Okay. Yeah. No, we don't. No jackets. How do I get this channel now? Can't mention you. All right, this is Just Vlogging Life. This is another gold member. So like I was saying, this channel gets added into the wheel whether they're here or not at the beginning of every live stream, but they are here with us in the chat. So hopefully everybody's having a good time connecting with them. They are at 190 subscribers, so well on their way towards that 200. It's very possible for you to get that number today. We're still going to be here for another hour to an hour and a half as a minimum, I think. With TuberChat. So Just Vlogging Life. Hopefully everybody who hasn't already connected with them will do so. And then Lift to Ink. You have crossed 200, which is great news, as I see from Shen Zen Zen. Oh, yeah, MSK Vlogs, forgive me. So just try experimenting a little bit with your comments. This is so typically I keep saying like we should always be leaving comments that are related to the content of the video so that we make the smallest risk of our stuff getting caught in the spam filter. At the same time, sometimes channels get marked and no matter what they say goes in the spam filter. That happened to TuberChat right before we started live streaming a few months ago when I was growing and grabbing new friends and family members from other growth streams. How do you get the links to appear on the chat name? Forgive me, Designs by CAD Pro. I'm not sure if I know exactly what you mean. But when I move this window over here, where I'm logged in on the Kevin K account, you can see that because you mentioned me, Kevin K comes up in orange, and that should be the case for everybody. I wonder if that's what you mean. If you're talking about actual links, then that is something that only gets done by the robots for gold members, or if I put a link in the chat because we need it for some other reason. Aviator Zero, thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're meeting new friends and family members. And then I just want to remind everybody, because we do have a lot of newcomers in TuberChat over the last few days. If you find that there's something I need to address with regard to other creators not connecting properly, whether it is something about not understanding or another reason, you can reach out to me on Instagram at tuberchat, all one word, and I will have a quick look and see if there's something I can do to address the trouble. To go to the YouTube channel, are you talking possibly about this here? What I've got going on my screen right now is a go-to channel extension. It's called go-to channel. It is from our friends at Swap Meet Shops, which is a generous channel that has a computer programmer that made this available for everybody for free. And you can add that into Chrome, and it makes it easy. I can click on anybody's name and go right to their channel, if that's what you mean. Mr. and Mrs. Anabalo, thank you again for the super sticker. It is absolutely not necessary, but very much appreciated. Always, thank you very much for that. I appreciate all you've done for TuberChat and all your continued support, both here and on my personal channel. So, yeah, I really I appreciate that. Thank you very much for that. And then forgive me. Yeah, Soul Sister, sorry, I didn't welcome you. I did see you come in. Thank you for coming in. And then on the wheel, I'll explain how the wheel works in just a quick second. You are allowed to get as many cookies in the chat as you want. TuberChat works a little bit differently than most of the growth streams that you're familiar with, but much in the same way. So the only difference here is that we insist that you make the first move. So people will expect to subscribe to your channel after you subscribe to theirs. So if you take your time, meet people one by one, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members in no time if you follow the instructions at the bottom of the screen. Particularly, the way that we connect here is to leave a single emoji next to somebody's name in the chat to let them know that you want to connect with them. Then head to their channel and watch a short video in full of at least 1 minute long so that it registers with the YouTube algorithms. Leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video, and it should be at least a couple of full sentences so that it doesn't get held for review or caught in the YouTube spam filters. And then give the creator a thumbs up, because we should always be doing that for each other. Then subscribe to them and come back and leave a double emoji of any kind next to their name to let them know that you've secured that connection the right way. And then say something about the video that you watched so that they can go back and find your comment easily. Then they will turn around and do the same thing for your channel, and that's basically the way that it goes here. We believe wholeheartedly in giving much more than we expect to receive at TuberChat, and then therefore we are a loyal and dedicated community of supporters that want to help you grow your channel with a strong and solid foundation. So hopefully that sounds good. As far as the wheel is concerned, I have a robot here called Botissimo. It's similar to Nightbot or Streamlabs or Stream Elements, and it keeps track of how active everybody's been in the chat and how long they have been here. That's how I decide how people get onto the wheel that you see on the right-hand side of the screen. What happens after that is I will spin the wheel occasionally. Of course, it's random, like you'll see me do right now. And if your name, when your name comes up, if you're still here, we put your channel on the screen and we talk about it for a few moments. And then, so that's no problem, Soul Sister. So yes, anybody that leaves a package for you is going to let you know that they did that. However, just to reiterate, it's always the best idea to make the first move here. People are always expecting you to connect with them, especially those people who are a little bit newer and not such a familiar face will need to make the first move often with everybody. Zion Kids Natural TV. Hopefully you're having a good time meeting new friends and family members as well. And there's Jaden Sue 28, who's with us all the time here at TuberChat. Very generous and dedicated supporter, and somebody who Jaden has been only the one and only and first channel to ever have been featured twice on TuberChat. We feature a different channel every day across all of our social networks, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Reddit. And Jaden has been featured twice. Like I say, they're here with us all the time. Hopefully everybody's having a good time connecting, meeting new friends and family members. And it looks like everybody's having a good time. Again, the best idea is always to make the first move, but take your time, meet people one by one, and if you follow the instructions at the bottom of the screen, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members in no time. I hope everybody will connect with Mr. and Mrs. Anabalo if you haven't already. They are an unbelievably loyal and dedicated supporter who support me both here at TuberChat and on my personal channel. We swap playlists together, and they are just one of the creators in the chat that are willing to swap playlists. So if anybody needs watch hours, you can simply say, I am willing to swap playlists, and other creators will reach out to you to make those arrangements. You're free to make those arrangements independently, of course. If anybody has any questions with regard to the way that things operate here at TuberChat, or what I mean when I talk about playlists, or any of the silly things we say in the chat, like baking, leaving packages, and visiting each other's houses, I'll be happy to clarify. Just simply ask in the chat, and I'll do my best to get on your question. Pardon me just for one moment. And maybe what I'll do, I'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up, and then I'll think about adding some more names to the wheel. Here's Lift to Eat. This is another channel that's been back with TuberChat again and again since finding us a few short weeks ago. As you can see, they do a great job with these dynamic thumbnails, and a lot of enticing content here, because most of us are going to be familiar with most of the videos, particularly the thumbnails that have been done. 100 Oreos, oh my goodness. And then, you know, who doesn't love Denny's, Arby's, even Bagel Bites for that matter. Didn't somebody say something about getting some Popeye's chicken? That was earlier today. I did a live stream out in Niagara Falls. So Kristen Welton, Kira Welton, and I all live in Niagara Falls, Canada. And I try to go out once a week on my personal channel and just do a walk with me live stream. So today we went to the Wax Museum, and afterwards we went out to get some treats at a place called Beaver Tails, which is popular to Canadians. And in the meantime, somebody said, go get some Popeye's chicken, because we have probably one of just about every franchise around here as well. So it was in my mind there. But you've obviously got a handful of stuff. Wonder what people would think about this, eh? Oh, dear. I've got to get to know your channel better, because I'm getting a little bit frightened by the thumbnail that I see here from Lift to Eat. One man versus a jar of peanut butter and Nutella. Let me just see the rest of your title there. Over 1,000 calories. Oh my goodness. That is some challenge, if that's what I think it is. I'm going to have to check that out. Hopefully everybody will connect to Lift to Eat if you haven't already. That's another channel that's here all the time. And then Zion Kids Natural TV. Hopefully you're meeting new friends and family members. The best idea, like I say, is always to go first, reach out to another creator and find, Copper State Treasure is looking for Soul Sister. Oh, you got it. Okay, Kristen got the link for you. Thank you, my love, Kristen. 7,000 calories. Did I read that wrong? Oh my goodness. Yes, I read it right. It's just because my vision is not what it once was when I'm looking at the screen here. I wondered about that. 1,000 calories doesn't sound right. 7,000 calories. Oh, dear. Wow. Michael's Adventure says Lift to Eat is awesome. Okay, I can't take it anymore. I'm going to add this to my watch later list. I gotta see this. So I will. Oh, I was going to add some names to the wheel, right? Cubs Den is in the house. Thank you very much for coming in. Cubs Den is an engaging channel that not only lets people connect the way that we do here at TuberChat, they are extremely strong and solid, but they also have engaging conversation in their chat. And so, as a matter of fact, like I was mentioning over the last couple of days, they inspired me to come up with the idea of having a topic of the day. This is something that Cubs Den does all the time. The difference is that they're usually doing an interview so that there's some banter between a couple of different YouTubers, usually Cubs Den and Blue Jeans Network, and then the chat is very much engaged in the conversation. So I'm starting only with the basics, but I thought that I would add that in, and that is an idea inspired by Cubs Den, which is a channel that I've been connected to for months and months and months, a very big player in the game when it comes to helping creators connect and learn the ins and outs of YouTube so that they can better their channels. Everything that Cubs Den is positive and trying to help everybody so that they can better the community as a whole. Kid Wonder is in the house. Kid Wonder's Life of Wonder. Oh, what happened? Dante, no copyright music. Forgive me. So your message was hidden, but the reason why is because we don't do any self-promotion here. It's against community guidelines from YouTube. It can be considered spam. And so here, what we're doing is hoping that you're meeting lots of friends and family members. Everybody here is expecting to be a loyal and dedicated supporter. So by meeting new people here in TuberChat, you can expect that they will come to your channel and end up watching your videos anyway. So we don't need to self-promote here. Danker, good to see you in here. It's been a little while, but hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. I'm pretty sure you've been here quite some time ago. And Mountain Girl, it's great to have you back. Thank you for coming in. I did, as I said, go through my watch later list today and checked out one of your videos. Mountain Girl is loyal. Hopefully everybody here is. That's the point behind what we're trying to do with TuberChat. It seems that everybody is... first of all, very much respectful when it comes to the chat. Brandon Jackson, I'm just going to hide that message because that's not accurate. It seems to be fine here. We haven't had any problem with spam, so I'm not going to worry about the emojis. If there's an emoji that can't be used in the chat, I've already blocked it. But other than that, we're fine. Danker, I've been great. Living the dream, as you can see. So it's great to have you back. Hopefully you're going to meet some new friends and family members. Hopefully you're doing well as well. And hopefully your channel is chugging right along. Kid Wonder's Life of Wonder, thank you for the share. Kid Wonder was, as a matter of fact, so when we started TuberChat, I like to tell this story. This is what I mean about the stories that I tell about the creators that come through here. When I started TuberChat, I decided to feature Kristen Welton as the very first channel to be featured by TuberChat. And the reason why is because I didn't have a system yet, because we hadn't done a live stream for figuring out who to feature. And then we started with creators that were aggressively growing their channels within TuberChat. So Kid Wonder's Life of Wonder was the second channel to ever be featured on TuberChat and the first one that was selected out of our live streams. Brandon Jackson, that understands. Yeah, I understand. That makes sense. There's a lot of confusion that goes on. I'm not even saying I'm right. The YouTube logo could be considered spam, but TuberChat hasn't had a problem with it yet. So I'm not going to worry about it too much. We've blocked the other stuff like the handshake and the finger point and stuff like that. Oak Style, good to see you in here. Thank you for coming back in. That's another previously featured, channel from tuberchat. Danker, it's always good here in Canada. Our weather has cooled right down. We had a heat wave that was unbelievable all summer, and it settled down now. I recently started doing live streams every week on my personal channel out in Niagara Falls, showing different things. Today we went to the Wax Museum. A couple weeks ago we went on the Sky Wheel, and last week we went on the zip line. So we're enjoying our at least our city and our country, but thank you for asking. Hopefully things are doing well for you. Forgive me because I don't remember where you are, Danker. And then Shen Zen Zen, thank you for reminding everybody to give a thumbs up if you haven't already. It really does help the stream. Just vlogging life, keep getting kicked out. Not sure if there's something you did in error. What do you mean by getting kicked out? I'm not sure what you mean, because I can see your message. What I can do to try to fix that. Oh, and then Brandon Jackson, you inspired me to start live streaming on your channel to help YouTube channel and grow for our family members. That's great. So Brandon Jackson is now starting to live stream for the same thing. Yeah, Danker, we did the live stream. It was a little bit of an interesting story. So just vlogging life, I'll tell you what we'll do. Forgive me, Danker. I'll get back to my zipline story if I remember in a moment. I want to show everybody how to do something. This is Chickalee Beauty. This is a generous creator who's willing to do, first of all, the featured channels collaboration as well as swap playlists with other creators. But I always talk about this channel because the thumbnails are so unbelievably dynamic. I've had the pleasure of hanging out with them in a couple of live streams as well. So what I wanted to show you is what we'll do. I'm just going to get, I'm going to put just vlogging life up here again for a quick second. And I'm going to show you how to add somebody into your approved users list. Sometimes you'll find people that will say they can't get into your chat. If you're really lucky, they will mention to you to on Instagram or Facebook or something, or they'll reach out to one of your moderators. But the worst part is when somebody shadow bans, you never even may find out. So what we'll do is we'll go to our channel. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. We don't need to go to our channel. We need to go into our YouTube studio. And I'm going to get the URL for just vlogging life here. So I copy it. And then I go into YouTube Studio. And thank you very much, Michael's Adventures. I appreciate everything you do for tuberchat and for me personally. So I'm still running a playlist for you on another account. And hopefully I'll see you again on Monday. That live stream is going to be very late, but hopefully you have a good time working as well. Okay. Danker, absolutely. I'm always open to the idea of collaborating. So we could think about that. Best idea, if you don't mind, is to reach out to me on Instagram. So forgive me, I'm getting into settings here, and I'm going to show you how to add a channel into your approved users list if you need to. You have in your settings your community setting here. Once you meet the threshold, how long is the approval process on average? The average seems to be 2 to 3 days, but it varies. So it's unfortunate that we have to look at that. Like Bright Creations got into review this morning, so I'll be looking forward to hearing from them when they actually get their official word on being monetized. If I remember right, for tuberchat, we hit the threshold on Thursday and we're monetized by Monday, if I remember right. So what we want to do is go to our approved users here. This is somewhere where you can add anybody who tells you they're shadow banned, or if their messages are getting held in the chat. It doesn't always help, and certainly not right away, but it is the first step you can take to try to correct that. So there's just vlogging life. I've added into the approved users. It's safe. Although you are a member, so YouTube should be favoring you on tuberchat by now, but we'll see. Let me spin. We'll get another channel up here, and then I'll add some names like I've been promising for a while. Adrienne Villanueva Vlogs, thank you for coming in again. Oh, Joatology, you took 10 business days to get approved? My goodness, that's the longest I've heard of. Actually, Cubs Den sees people get monetized all the time. Cubs Den has a dynamic channel that helps people, but they've been at it for a long, long time. So they have an engaging chat. I encourage anybody to connect with them if they haven't already. And Cubs Den has answers to those kinds of questions as well. Life Everything Under the Sun. I've monetized 5 channels, but they've all been varied, and the times from threshold to approval have all been around 3 or 4 days, if I remember right. When you do live streams, do in the morning, afternoon, and nighttime. Good stuff, Brandon Jackson. Kid Wonder's Life of Wonder does a lot of live streaming as well. And Danker's asking about gaming. There's a few gamers in the chat, including Kid Wonder has a second channel called Kid Wonder's Gaming and Live Stream. This is Life Everything Under the Sun. They do the featured channels collaboration. And then forgive me for not remembering if Life Everything Under the Sun, I hope you're still here, if you do swap playlists with other creators. If anybody in the chat is needing watch hours and willing to swap playlists with other creators, you can simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat, and other people will reach out to you for the purpose of doing that. Blooming with the Roses, everybody wants to bake with you, so go ahead and reach out to other creators. They'll be expecting you to go first. Adrienne Villanueva Vlogs, what can I answer for you? How can you make your hours move and not have them decreasing? So unfortunately, YouTube is always purging, and we never get a clear answer for why that is. What will happen is somebody might live stream, like tuberchat may live stream today. We may end up with 100 hours of watch time for our live stream, but that's because tuberchat's been at it for a while, and we will have probably 90 to 100 channels come through here today at various times. What happens is at the end of the live stream, within the next 2 or 3 days, YouTube's algorithms goes through the video or live stream or premiere or whatever it is and decides what they determine to be valid views or valid watch time. So it almost always decreases. This is a big problem, but like a lot of things in YouTube, I talk about all the time, we have to take 2 steps forward. We end up having to take 1 step back, but we just keep going, and eventually you get there. You know you need 4,000 hours of watch time, so you aim for 5,000. You know you're going to get there. You need 1,000 subscribers, so you aim for 1,100. You know you're going to get there. That's why we also focus so much on locking it in. Anybody who's swapping playlists and helping with their hours should still be doing it after they get monetized, at least for a little while, just to make sure it's locked in. Not to mention it's a great collaboration, a great way to help other people. And then how do you get more watch time, Danker? So one of the things you can do is swap playlists. This is something that I talk about all the time. And what that means is that you are willing to run a playlist of videos for another creator, and they are willing to run a playlist for you. If you have a playlist of 2, 3, 5, 10, or 20, or even more hours, and you get a lot of different creators to run that playlist for you, you can imagine how your hours will really stack up. You can't just watch your own videos all day and try to get your hours. But it's a great collaboration because it also gets a connection started. Once you've traded favors with another person, friendship can start to flourish. You'll find yourself being favored by those creators who you have helped, and you'll find yourself favoring creators who have helped you as well. So that's one thing you can do. If you're thinking about making playlists for the purpose of swapping, you must make a playlist that contains videos and no live streams. They must be your videos, no videos from any other creators, and they must all be public, no private or unlisted videos, because the term is public watch hours. So everybody's, not everybody, lots of creators in the chat are willing to swap playlists. So the best idea, Danker, for you particularly is to make a playlist like I talk about call it maybe all of Danker or binge watch Danker or something like that. And then it's easy to reference. And then you can simply say in the chat here at tuberchat at any time, I am willing to swap playlists, and you will find other creators reaching out to you to make those arrangements with you. And you're free to reach out to anybody that you see mentioning that they want to run playlists as well. And then Brandon Jackson, yes, you can change the background on StreamYard. The other day on September 11th, I had an American flag in our background as a way to show just the littlest amount of respect for our friends in the United States. And then you can do lots of different things. You see that there's a tuberchat logo up there. You can change your logo, and you can put up all your banners and stuff. You can change your colors and change the look of it a little bit as well. Lots of things to play with in StreamYard. It's got just enough features to make everybody happy, but it's easy to use as well. Let me spin the wheel. I know I keep saying I'm going to add channels to the wheel, but then I keep yapping. So, and then I hope I answered Adrienne Villanueva vlogs. Yeah, hopefully I answered. I'm not sure. And then Brandon Jackson, well, when I use StreamYard, I always do the same thing. I use the background that comes with StreamYard, as you can see. And when I do live streams on my personal channel, I don't use StreamYard. I use, typically, I might use it once in a while if I do panels, but I don't often do that. I usually use Streamlabs on the phone or the YouTube app to go out. Most of my live streams are outdoors. And then thank you, Shen Zen Zen. Yeah, I move the times around every weekend of the live stream so that we can reach different creators in different time zones. And we find that there happens, it's growing as well. So there's more and more people coming into tuberchat. This is Thrifty Angela, and forgive me because I don't know if she's here still either. For some of these channels that are, regulars here at tuberchat, I don't mind putting them up for a moment, even if they've already gone. I think Thrifty Angela might still be here, but if not, I'll just move on quickly. And I said I was going to add some more channels, so I will. So let me add our moderators. Kristen Walton is still here. Of course, she's always here. Kira Welton. Thrifty Angelo, you are still here. Thank goodness, because I almost took you off. Thinking you might not be here, but thank you, especially for hanging out so long. It's me, Wanston. Yes, Honey is here. Let's get you up on the wheel as well. Sometimes I make our moderators wait. And thank you for reminding everybody to thumbs up as well. So let me see what else I can do here. Family Travel and Excursions is hopefully still here. MSK Family Vlogs. We love looking at that channel. JCC Tube. And I will see what I can do about adding more names shortly. Oh, watching videos. Good. Yes, Thrifty Angela, that's right. So when people are connecting properly, particularly when they're on a phone, you have to leave the chat to go and watch videos from another creator. Yes, absolutely. That's what you're supposed to do. So, yeah, I don't mean to ever forget that. And always I give a quick call out for somebody like yourself. Thrifty Angela is usually here for quite some time. So I wanted to double check anyway before I pulled you out. Danker GTA is the only game that matters to me. I find myself never with as much time for video games as I wish I had, but I do enjoy. I can't even begin to tell you how much money I've given Rockstar over the years. I'm lucky enough to have a son, a nephew, a niece, and a stepdaughter now. But for my son and my nephew, particularly over the years, ever since Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City, I tend to buy at least 3 copies every new version that comes out, including Grand Theft Auto 4, 5, and eventually 6 when it comes out. Sometimes even special editions. We got the, I think it was the special edition of Grand Theft Auto 4 that came with a lockbox, like a banker's box, safety deposit box type thing. That was cool. They always come out with really, really cool things, but I love Grand Theft Auto. Kira and I play together sometimes as well. And it looks like everybody's having a good time connecting. So It's Be Wanston, Yes Honey has been here for since the beginning of TuberChat. They're connected to me on my personal channel as well. And as a matter of fact, if I go back over the records, I think that It's Me Wanston, Yes Honey may have been the very first channel to ever come through a TuberChat live stream. And they've been an invaluable resource to us as well, and a great friend. And Kristen Welton is a member of It's Me Wanston, Yes Honey, as a matter of fact, because of the impact that they've had for us. Bob's Adventures on Wheels, I hope you're meeting new friends and family members today. And Ruhi Diary, same for you. Hopefully you're having a good time meeting new friends and family members. Jason Chris is willing to swap playlists. So Danker, there you go. If you want to swap playlists, Jason Chris, one of our members, is willing to swap with you. And lots of other creators in the chat are willing to do the same. So let me spin the wheel. Let's get another channel up here. Lord of the Skies, good to see you here. I believe you've been here before, although I feel like it's been a little while, and forgive me if I'm wrong about that. Perhaps we connected outside, but hopefully you're feeling welcome here. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. Just please take your time, meet people one by one, and if you follow the instructions at the bottom of the screen, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members in no time. So it looks like MSK Family Vlogs was a channel that was made for kids and has changed that now. And so therefore I'm able to put their bell on, which is great news. I just discovered that by accident right now by trying. And then they have some dynamic content. They actually do a really good job with their videos. It's a pleasure to watch their stuff. So if anybody hasn't already connected with DIY Sleeping Quarters, they're looking for more friends and family members as well. And Danker, maybe we can get a, maybe I can ask Kristen to grab a link for Danker, if you can, please. And then we'll get that for Just Vlogging Life that is looking for them. MSK Family Vlogs, like I said, has a lot of dynamic content. 300 subscribers. You're almost at 400 already. I figure every time you put one of these videos out, you're probably going to be so close to the next milestone. It's going to be funny on the way up, but it's great to see you hitting these milestones. Hopefully we're pushing you a little bit farther towards the 400 that must be on your mind right now. And then looks like everybody is having a good time connecting, meeting new friends and family members. And I will think about spinning the wheel again in another moment. Pardon me just for a second. Brandon Jackson, forgive me for right now. I happen to have a busy 24 hours ahead of me. I've got a few things going on tomorrow. And as you know, I typically work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday outdoors as well during the day. That's why we don't run TuberChat on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But we're always here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and Monday. The only difference is we move the time slots of the live streams around just so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. MSK Family Vlogs, thank you for the kind words, but it's a pleasure having you here. I enjoy especially showcasing dynamic channels like yours that I know everybody's going to have a good time watching. And then JCC Tube, just want to make sure that you're connecting with everybody correctly, which means visiting their channel, watching their video, giving them a comment and a like, subscribing to them, and making sure that that comment is fairly long, a couple of sentences at least, and related to the content of the video. We don't want your comments getting held for review or caught in the YouTube spam filter. When we say all the silly things we say in the chat, because we can't say subscribing, or any of that other stuff, we say we bake cakes for you, or cookies, or we're dancing with you, or visiting your house, or leaving packages. It always means that we've been to your house, your channel, we've watched a video, we've left a comment. That's really what the package is. That makes the full package. A thumbs up is just something we should always be doing for each other. And then subscribing, of course. Then you come back here, let somebody know that you've done that, and they can turn around and do the same thing for you. And then, so yeah, MSK Family Vlogs, look at this glitch right now. So as I look at your channel, because I clicked your videos page, now your bell is blocked out because it will say it's turned off because it's made for kids. But a moment ago, I turned it on. So let's go back to your video page. It could be because it's cached in my browser or on the YouTube servers or something like that. But I'll refresh your videos page and we'll see what happens. Ah, look at that. Interesting. So your bell is still off, and it says action is turned off because it's made for kids. However, when I went on your home page, I was able to turn it on. Let's refresh this. I'm just curious to see what's happening here. This is what I talk about when I say that YouTube has a lot of glitches happening all the time. There we go. So we're still, bell looks like it's still on. So that's interesting. Hopefully everybody will connect with you, and hopefully a lot of people will put that bell on for you. But we're looking at a weird glitch that they got going on. Why is that happening, Danker? There's lots of glitches that happen with YouTube all the time. We never get a clear answer on why that is. And, you know, they don't want us taking advantage of the system. That's probably why they won't spell things out for us. But if I wanted to just take a guess, because that's the best thing I can do right now. With the state of the world and the things we've had to experience this year, even the bigger companies like YouTube are not adverse to that. They are short-staffed right now, and their servers are getting just pounded to death compared to what they would have expected. There's more traffic. YouTube officially a little while ago took over Netflix as the #1 site for video being watched per minute or per hour. So they're just, you know, just getting beaten to death there. And I think that what that does is it just puts a strain on it. So some of these things, they have servers all over the world. And even the way that things work, I happen to be a web guy, so I understand that stuff. And I'm not saying I'm right, but it's an idea. When they have different servers all over the world, it's very possible that they make a change on one server, but it doesn't propagate for everybody else. And it kind of glitches, it catches itself a little bit until it settles. Sometimes it can take days, even weeks, to get that stuff settled. Again, it's just a guess, but you know, these things eventually settle themselves out. One question, I'm happy to catch it and answer it the best that I can. If I can, I'll answer it as best I can. Danker. Lord of the Skies. Hopefully you're meeting new friends and family members. Everybody's here is willing to connect. So here's the thing, Danker. So typically you'll hear me and other people running growth streams constantly say this is not a sub for sub network. So the reason we can get away with saying something like that, even though we are expecting to subscribe to your channel and everybody is expecting you to subscribe to them as well. We have to hide that message, by the way, because we can't have that. I've actually got to add that into my banned words list now. But even though we are all expecting to subscribe to your channel, we are expecting you to subscribe to our channels as well. The idea of simple sub for sub, like, hey, just, subscribe to me, I'll subscribe to you, is banned from YouTube, because the problem is they don't want to be monetizing channels that shouldn't be monetized, because they got advertisers to think about. And what advertiser wants to advertise on channels that are not putting out content that is, let's say, deserving of 1,000 true organic subscribers? I'm not even saying that that's right. It's just a possibility. So here at TuberChat, you'll hear by the way that I speak all the time, I'm very focused on trying to make sure that everybody's connecting in the way that I describe, or at least close to it. When I tell stories about the creators on the screen and that come through the chat, like for instance, Bright Creations today is in review for monetization right now. Because of all the red lines, you know that I've swapped playlists with them. They are constantly swapping playlists with other creators. But when we're out in other people's live streams and you find people that you've met in TuberChat, or have met each other in TuberChat, and you see them out supporting others, you can tell when you're connecting with channels right now. When you're out watching videos and leaving comments, you should be seeing a couple of comments from people from TuberChat. And as you're here more and more, you'll get to know more and more of the familiar faces that come through, even though there are a lot of newcomers to TuberChat every weekend. So sub for sub is simply saying, I will subscribe to you, you subscribe to me, but we are not necessarily about that behavior, because in the end, when you get monetized, it's not going to help you if you don't have true friends that are coming back, watching your videos, giving you comments, giving you likes. Those are the things that really give your channel a strong and solid foundation. And that's why I push this stuff so hard. The more time you spend here at TuberChat, you're going to hear me say the same things over and over and over and over again. But it's very, very, very important. But hopefully you get the idea that this really is a loyal and dedicated community of support, of true supporters, especially because you see how respectful everybody is in the chat. You know how unbelievably easy this is to moderate? And I don't want to take away from the moderators, because they do have to do what they have to do when they have to do it. However, what we do is we try to help each other so that the job here is so much easier, and the community itself makes it a dream to run these live streams. But you'll see more and more, especially when you see the conversations people have together and the quality of the comments that they're leaving for one another, then you'll get an idea of the kind of community that's been built around TuberChat. There's lots of generous creators out there that are willing to help others, and they believe the same that I do and that most of us do here, that giving to others is what will eventually get you everything that you want. That's true, as cliche as it might sound and this and that. It's very much true. I've monetized 5 channels now as it is, and some of those are for other people. I run channels for other people as well. But my 2 channels were monetized following the exact same method that I talk about here, and we're seeing channels get monetized left and right here in TuberChat as well. And so forgive me for my very long-winded speech. Here's Family Travel and Excursions. I'm not sure if they're still here. I'll just take a quick check and make sure. If not, we'll move on quickly. And in the meantime, hopefully everybody's having a good time meeting new friends and family members. I hope I haven't missed anybody in the chat. And then Simply Royce is in the house. Sorry, I might have not welcomed you, but hopefully you're connecting the right way as well. Just make sure that those comments are related to the content of the video, nice and long, hopefully at least a couple of sentences. And then, so as I just touched on, I don't want to do too much. Oh, Brandon Jackson. So I got to try to convince you not to do any self-promotion. So you can't ask me to check out your channel. When it comes time, when it's your turn, we'll look at your channel, and I can answer any questions that you have. But we have to be fair between everybody, and I don't really allow anybody to ask to have their channel looked at. It's very clearly laid out in the YouTube community guidelines that self-promotion is considered spam. So we have to be careful of that. But when I have a chance to look at your channel, whether it's today or whenever, then I'll make sure that I answer any question that you have. I just want to make a note of that thing. Can't believe that wasn't already in the banned words list. That's one of the things that can really help for those of you who live stream, and it can help with your spam and things like that. Thank you, Joatology. Hopefully we'll see you again. The banned words list can really help you, especially in looking after your chat, making the job very easy or much easier on moderators, let's say, and then it can help you with your channel. You will get more comments going into your held for review or spam filters, but you can add into your blocked words list all the different things, including emojis, that you don't want people to use, and it really makes it a safe place. So I'm very lucky because here in TuberChat, everybody's unbelievably respectful. You see that everybody's keeping their emojis, excuse me, for the most part to 2 or less, and almost nobody ever uses numbers. Most of us remember most of the time, so it makes running the live stream a dream. Yeah, I'll see what I can do, Brandon Jackson. I am a little bit busy, but you've been here long enough. I'm probably going to at some point put you on the wheel, and we're probably going to have a look at your channel anyway, right? If not, you can always reach out to me on Instagram. I know you and I are already connected there. We've already talked, and I can. I'm happy to have a look. I just want to make sure when we're in the middle of the live stream that we are fair with everybody. And then the Psycho Ducky, good to see you here. I think this is not your first time with TuberChat. I think it might have been a while, but I think you have been here before. Forgive me if I'm wrong about that, but hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house, and everybody's willing to connect. So you're free to reach out to any creators that you'd like to in the chat. Everybody wants to subscribe to your channel after you have subscribed to theirs. So if you meet people one by one, take your time and follow the instructions at the bottom of the screen. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members in no time if that's what you would like. Mercy Jacques, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. The Psycho Ducky. That's funny. But I see your channel's doing well. You got well over 700 subscribers. Hopefully we can push you a little bit farther towards the 800 that you need and then get you towards the magic 1,000 that everybody is looking for. We will look at the idea of adding a couple of more channels to the wheel if I can. We didn't look at DIY sleeping quarters today. And Team Tab, is it Team Tabor or Team Tabor? Life in USA. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that as close to right as possible. I'd love to feature you properly when you're here, but I appreciate you coming in. I think this is your first time with TuberChat, so hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to any creator that you'd like to in the chat. Just follow the instructions at the bottom of the screen, and if you take your time and meet people one by one, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members in no time. Typically, the way that we connect here at TuberChat is it's always your object to make the first move here, and people will turn around and follow you afterwards. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, DIY Sleeping Quarters. I appreciate the kind words. I'm very lucky because, like I said, first of all, the community around here is very respectful. That's like part of the reason why I even started TuberChat in the first place, because when I was introduced to the small YouTuber community, as we call it, we only call it that because the term is so popular. But I saw so many generous creators, and I figured I could build my own community around this as well, and then hopefully truly help people. And the whole operation helps myself if I help everybody else. So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. And in turn, everybody's unbelievably respectful and considerate. And if you happen to see the comments that people end up leaving, both on tuberchat and on my personal channel, you'll see that I'm lucky to be thanked very often, and I appreciate it. But it still means the world every time somebody says it, because it lets me know at least the stuff is working. At least everybody's kind of benefiting, and hopefully we're seeing more and more channels get what they wanted out of YouTube in the first place. But I appreciate it either way. Looking forward to looking at your channel again. Thank you, the Psycho Ducky. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Danker, if you're asking me particularly, I have not really played Minecraft. Kira does, and I'm sure my son Jeremy and my nephew and my niece have all probably played it. I haven't experimented with it too much. I typically like, the truth is I love Grand Theft Auto. There's a couple other games that I like. So I like the Lego games, when you have like Lego Star Wars or Lego Jurassic Park or Batman and stuff like that. When it's Lego characters, I seem to like those for some reason. I'm very much drawn to it. But I don't spend a lot of time playing. It's not that I don't want to. I find myself not with enough time to play as much as I would like to. Hopefully, as life goes on, I'll play more and more. This year, we're looking at the new PlayStations and Xboxes coming out. So we'll see what happens when we get close to the end of the year, whether that will be on the Christmas list. But I know Minecraft is an unbelievably popular game. Kira Welton, who's in the chat, occasionally does live streams playing Minecraft. So she recently did a couple where she was showing how to make a roller coaster, and had some fun with that. So I should spin. We'll get another channel up on the wheel. Up on the screen, and then I'll look at the idea of adding another name to the wheel if I can. DIY sleeping quarters. Look, we're going to look at you right now. So see, because I wonder if that's karma, because you were so generous in your kind words. Oh, and then Danker, what do you mean? Sorry, I don't know. I tend to ramble. When the more you spend time here, you're going to realize how much I actually talk. It gets it's quite amazing, I'm sure. But unless you're talking to Bright Creations. When I happen to play more when I have a chance to play video games, almost always Grand Theft Auto, because there's so much you can do in that game. I used to like the Tony Hawk stuff too. Oh, Danker's probably hard to find. Kristen, I'm going to just ask you again if you don't mind getting the link for Danker, and Bright Creations is looking for them. Norman B., good to see you here. Sorry, you almost slipped by me there, but thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're doing well and ready to meet some friends and family members. Domo and Nini likes Minecraft as well. It's a great idea. I mean, as far as I understand, one person made it, and Microsoft bought it, and that person now has millions of dollars. And Microsoft, as far as I understand, has done a good job with it since, building it up and adding more and more features to it, and this and that. Yeah, filter. So when we look for Danker, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Actually, I'm going to do something right now as well. DIY sleeping quarters. I'm going to come right back to your channel, but we're having trouble finding Danker. So I'm just going to show everybody how to do this as well. It's easier when you're on a computer, but you can do this also on a phone. They have the same filters in your app, whether you're on iPhone or Android or what you're using. So when we look for Danker, we're not going to see the right channel come up right away. But when we click on channel in the filters, now we can skip down, and when we find the right avatar, it's taking a little while. There it is. This is Danker right here. We know because we're subscribed. And I'm just going to make sure I've got your bell on at the same time. So this is how I have to do it often. Doing dumb stuff. GTA 5. That's interesting. I'm going to watch this just because we've been talking about it so much now. But that's interesting. So that's how you can find somebody. I do the same thing. So I look for a channel. I have to go through the filter sometimes. and then I try to match the avatar with what I've seen in the chat. But hopefully that will help everybody find Danker. And this is another dynamic channel who's been with us before at TuberChat. Hopefully we're going to pump you up a few more subscribers and get you closer to the 70 subscribers you're probably looking for today, and eventually that 100 that must be on your mind. And Lord of the Skies looks like they're still having a good time connecting as well, which is great. Let me get back to DIY sleeping quarters for a moment and see what they got going on for us here. I like your banner because it spells out exactly, it's fun, but it also spells out exactly what people can expect from your channel, which is fantastic. You've obviously got a lot of dynamic content here for everybody as well. And then Lord of the Skies found Danker, so hopefully all of that situation is working. A Rubik's Cube, there we go. I like that too. Can't tell you how many Rubik's Cubes I've owned over the years, including, you know, I saw at Sunrise Records the other day as a franchise in Canada. It's a record store, and there's like 100 of them or something like that, all in small towns outside of the major metropolitan areas. I still buy vinyl records. I enjoy them. But they had a Rubik's Cube keychain there the other day. I think they wanted like $10 for it or something like that, and I wasn't going to buy it just for the sake of buying it. I've got enough Rubik's Cubes, but I do like that all the time. It's quite an icon when you talk about the 80s and things like that. So let me spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up here. MSK Family Vlogs, everybody's willing to bake, so hopefully everybody will connect with MSK Family Vlogs if they haven't already. Here's Kristen Welton right now. So for those of you who don't already know, Kristen is my girlfriend. We've been living together in Niagara Falls for quite some time. Kira is her daughter. We were out today earlier in Niagara Falls doing a Walk With Me live stream where we went to the Wax Museum, and then we went out for a snack afterwards. On my personal channel, I do those live streams once a week. Last week, we went on the zip line, which is a fairly new thing here in Niagara Falls for a couple of years. And Kristen just posted her video yesterday. Kira will also have another video coming from our zip line adventure. And so it's a nice short video for everybody to connect with Kristen if you haven't already. She's always in the chat here, both as a member and as a moderator. The Rubik's Cube, when you turn it, the tiles change color. Oh, wow, that's interesting. I haven't even seen that. Makes sense that, you know, in the year 2020, they will have come up with that technology, but that's interesting. And then... no sweat, Brandon Jackson. Thank you very much. And hopefully I'm looking forward to checking out your channel when I get a chance. MSK Family Vlogs, might be looking up that zipline adventure right now, as a matter of fact. It's a great thing that they do because, pardon me, so I did a live stream, and we did it for actually quite a few hours. Longest outdoor live stream that I've done, almost 3 hours. We were all together, so we went on the zip line first. We went and had some lunch, and then we met up with another YouTuber that went on the zip line as well. And right when I was about to go on the zip line, they made me put my phone away. And there was I begged, and there was nothing I could do. They wouldn't let me have it out while we went down the zip line. So that part of the video is just blackness because the phone was put away in a bag, and there's about a minute of video that's just blackness. However, I was wearing a GoPro, and that's allowed. So I managed to get the GoPro footage, and then I made a video just of that as well on my channel. But Kristen and Kira have videos that were made. What they do when you're done the zip line, they want to charge you $50 for it, of course, but we bought it anyway. Kristen did. And they give you a bunch of photos of yourselves going all the way down the zip line and a produced video of your adventure, which is great. You know, it might be overpriced, but you know, it's still valuable, and you want that memory, of course. But it's the best way to get that kind of footage, so it's wonderful. And anyway, Kristen just posted that, and Kira's got another one coming. Pardon me for 1 second. And then just a quick reminder for everybody when we're connecting, the object here is always to go first. Everybody is expecting to subscribe to your channel after you subscribe to theirs. So it's very important. You must be willing to support other creators here at TuberChat and then be willing to accept the support back from them. It's a very intense community of loyal and dedicated supporters. But you have to we have to make sure everybody is willing to connect the same way. The whole operation doesn't work if everybody's not connecting. So if you're here just trying to grab subscribers, for instance, you may get a few today, but it won't work. They'll all unsubscribe after because everybody here is expecting the same operation. It's very dedicated, and I don't want anybody to lose subscribers tomorrow. So Mr. Fulton-Mraz has a new video. That's great. Typically, we don't do a lot of self-promotion here, but Mr. Fulton-Mraz has been with TuberChat for a long, long time, always shares for us, and so we're always interested to see what Mr. Fulton-Mraz has happening, and we're happy always to share their good news. Mountain Girl's having a good time on Norman B's channel, so I'm interested to see what's going on over there. And then PA is a wonderful supporter, both to me and Kristen and Kira and I think all the other channels that I'm involved with, as a matter of fact, including my personal channel. That's why PA has recently become a dedicated moderator here on TuberChat. But they are always unbelievably supportive to us. So let me spin the wheel and we'll get another channel up here and see what's happening. JE Online is back in the house. Thank you for coming in. Here's Kira Welton. So just coincidence, but that's Kristen's daughter. She's also in the chat as a moderator. We all live together in Niagara Falls, Canada. And as we were talking about earlier, so Kira has her own channel. Kristen has her own channel. We're all doing our own things. But of course, we support each other. Dante No Copyright Music is willing to swap playlists. If anybody wants to do that, you're free to make those arrangements independently. Kira has a lot of dynamic content on her channel. She does the feature channels collaboration. She's willing to swap playlists. Kristen will facilitate that for her for the time being, but she's got some flight lessons, a few unboxings, and a lot of video game videos. Kira and I played YouTubers Life together, and then she's actually got a Street Fighter video with Kristen here. She did one with me on my channel as well. And she's done some Minecraft live streams. These are what I was talking about earlier. And then she's got some other stuff going on and hopefully much more coming. Kid Wonders Life of Wonders willing to swap playlists as well. And they've got 2 channels. So my bet is that they will be able to swap with everybody twice and give you double the impact for your channel as they grow their second channel as well. And Kristen says she let her win in Street Fighter. Okay, so let me see what I can do over here. I'm looking in another window. JCC Tube is still hanging out, which is great. If there's anybody in the chat that feels that there's anything I need to address at any time about other creators not connecting the right way, whether it's a misunderstanding or perhaps they don't know, then you can reach out to me on Instagram at tuberchat, all one word, if you'd like to. I try to be attentive of it, and then I can address whatever's going on in the chat if you would like to. We always want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt, and I vowed when we started TuberChat that I would always try to guide newcomers by the hand so that they could understand the way that we're all trying to connecting. Not everybody does. Not everybody even wants to do what we're doing, and that's fine. But where possible, we want to better the experience for everybody in the community, particularly so that when you go outside of TuberChat into other live streams, you have an easier time there and you can really maximize your impact. And then let me spin one more time. We've only got 2 channels on the wheel right now, but I'll spin anyway, and I'll see if I'm going to add any more channels to the wheel. Black Nuru Diaries is another member from TuberChat. I don't know if they're still here right now, but it's okay. We'll put them up for a moment, and then I'll have a look and see. Pardon me for a second. Just vlogging life. I'm glad that you have a good time on their channels. It's also, yeah, for those of you with who are willing to swap playlists, who happen to have a lot of videos. I've been at it long enough now that I have, I think on my playlist of videos, I think I have 85 videos or something like that. It can be a little bit long for somebody who's a bit of a newer YouTuber or growing their channel. Using playlists is a great way to organize your channel so that people can binge watch some of your content if they find something that they like. So I categorize a lot of my videos into different areas, and then people can binge watch if they want. If I'm lucky enough to have somebody enjoy the content, you could do the same thing. What that also allows is when you're connecting with other creators for the purpose of swapping playlists, if your playlist happens to be like 2 or 3 days long, but they've only got 5 hours of videos or less, you can just give them a playlist that's around the same amount of time if it matters to you. Pardon me, or if you're limited to time. Myself personally, I have an extra computer that was purchased for the purpose of swapping playlists with people on TuberChat. So I'm happy to run playlists of any size for anybody. And then even though TuberChat and my personal channel are monetized, I'm still willing to do it anyway, because of course you can run videos and I can get that those few cents worth of AdSense money as well. So and thank you very much, PA, for reminding everybody to thumbs up. And yes, DIY sleeping quarters, spin that wheel. So here's Black Nuru Diaries. I forgot I was going to check if they were still here, but by the time I get around to adding another name or two to the wheel, it will already be long enough anyway. And let me see what I can do. Let me see who's still here. I'm just looking in another window here. Copper State Treasures? No, they've gone already. Copper State Treasures, if you're here, just let me know, please. We'll have a look at Oak Style. We'll put you on the wheel. I'll spin one more time. We'll get one of these 2 channels up. And there is JCC Tube. Finally, we're having a look at your channel for today. The H Deuce family, good to have you back. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you'll meet some new friends and family members right away. JCC Tube, it's time for me to get your bell on. New videos every Saturday. And you're obviously available on Instagram as well. So JCC Tube has crossed 200 subscribers, but you've got it nice and locked in. The Daniel Show's still in the house. So let's see, where's the Daniel Show? Yes. Christian Nomad. We had your channel up, Christian Nomad. We put your channel up a long, long time ago. JCC Tube. You have got Yeah, quite a few videos. You've been at it for almost a year now, 8 months, which is great. So hopefully we are pushing you a little bit farther towards the 300 that must be on your mind. What I was saying, Brandon, is so I have a robot that tells me how active everybody is in the chat, and the robot, Bautissimo, helps me figure out who goes on the wheel in what order so that it can be fair between everybody. What I assumed is that eventually it would end up being your turn anyway, and but it always depends not just how long you're here, but how active you are in the chat, because I know lots of times channels come in and out and this and that as they should and as they need to, and that's fine. I always appreciate every moment everybody spends in tuberchat. And then Lord of the Skies, you can always add videos to your main playlist so people can watch it later. Absolutely. And all right, Brandon Jackson actually has been here for most of the live stream today, so let's get you on the wheel as well. I'm going to start rifling through these a little bit faster, but let's spin the wheel and see what's happening. Danker, I haven't put you on the wheel because we looked at your channel directly. I just put you right up on the screen. Remember, we were showing everybody how to find it and get the link. Oakstyle here again and again. This is a previously featured channel on tuberchat. And they do the featured channels collaboration. They're lucky enough to have tuberchat there. So as well, this is something I haven't talked about today, but I love talking about it. The featured channels collaboration is a great idea, in my opinion, for every channel that's willing to do it. And the reason why is because when you feature channels on your front page like this, you are saying to your audience and to the YouTube algorithm that these channels are worthy of being featured by you. And then when some of those channels feature you in return, hopefully, they are saying to the YouTube algorithm and to their audience that your channel is worthy of being featured by them. So you can imagine the impact that that has both on your audience and on the YouTube algorithm. So it's something that I recommend. And tuberchat is fortunate to be featured on a lot of channels now, like Oakstyle here, and we return the favor. So if anybody in the chat has already featured tuberchat or my personal channel on your front page, then please make sure that I know so that I can return the favor, because I absolutely do that with both channels. So that's Oakstyle. Like I said, they're in here with tuberchat regularly with Food Fight Showdown, and they're a previously featured channel from tuberchat. So now we're actually going to have a look at so Brandon Jackson, we're going to look at your channel right this second. Lord of the Skies, I put you on. Peekaboo Scholar. So this is the other channel for just vlogging life. So it's very cool when people have more than one channel and want to come in. The only thing I'm going to ask you is always to treat the channel separately. So you still have to connect with everybody one by one and still have to connect the same way that we always do, genuinely, by visiting a channel, watching a video, leaving a comment and stuff like that. We just want to be careful. Not that you're going to do anything like that, I'm sure, but we have had in the past channels come through and then they just roll in and say, hey, everybody, follow my second channel. And it's not really the way that we want to connect with everybody. But there's lots of people who come in with dual channels, including the Hoops Family Network. Kristen even has channels coming in as well. No, Lord of the Skies, I just put you on the wheel right now. You're on the wheel. And then, yeah, so anyway, but it's great that you have two channels. Hopefully we'll help you push them both and get them both monetized so you can really maximize your impact. So, yes, Lord of the Skies is on the wheel. The Daniel Show's on the wheel as well. This is Brandon Jackson. And Brandon, what did you want me to look at specifically? It's been too long. I can't scroll back in the chat long enough to find your thing. Rubik's Cube was a big hit at a 90s party, really, DIY sleeping quarters. I'm not surprised. What I used to do, I used to work in nightclubs and stuff like that. I was a DJ for quite a long time, but it was a while ago. And when I used to work in nightclubs and stuff like that, one of the things that's tough is when people are coming in at 9 or 10 o'clock at night, there's really not much to do because not everybody's dancing yet. Not everybody knows each other, and it's not really a party. So what I would do is find gimmicks that I could use in the nightclubs to get people talking. I was like a marketing manager as well as a DJ. So one of the days I went and I got a bunch of Rubik's Cubes and I just put them on the tables, because what could happen then is people will pick them up and start playing with them, and it makes it very easy for somebody else to walk up and open a conversation, because you're not being creepy. You're just saying, oh, look, you got the red side done. Isn't that cool? And, you know, I just thought it was a cool thing. But Rubik's Cube is always something I enjoy. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Lord of the Skies. Yeah, first of all, so the way that the wheel works, for those of you who are a little bit newer to tuberchat, what happens is I have this robot beside me here called Bottissimo, and it's similar to Nightbot and Streamlabs and Stream Elements. It just keeps track of how long everybody's here and how active they are in the chat. So it's not just about the time. It's about how active you are, meeting new friends and family members and stuff like that. And then after you've been here for a little while, it usually takes about half an hour to 45 minutes, then I add you onto the wheel, but it's arbitrary. I don't keep a timer. I just put people up whenever I want, basically, right? But I go over that order by the robot. Once you get on the wheel and I spin the wheel, of course, it's random. But then when your name comes up, as long as you're still here in the chat, then I put your channel up on the screen and we talk about it for a few moments. So Brandon, so you've added a few things. You asked me to look at your updated channel. So look, you've got some family members, which it's nice to see Melda and Amra family here. Then a UK vlog I know as well. Angel's Army is a wonderful channel. Sexy Too Much for You, Coleman. JD and Glory comes in tuberchat all the time. And then you've got some live streams, popular uploads, vlogs. So you've done a great job here, Brandon. Baby Ree, good to see you back in here. Hopefully you're ready to meet some new friends and family members. Thank you very much, DIY Sleeping Quarters. Hopefully we'll see you again. tuberchat's always here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but I change the times around so that we can meet new friends and family members in different time zones. And Brandon's got tuberchat on their featured channels list there, like we talked about. And then it's good news and a great job that you've done upgrading the front page. You can really make a lot of impact this way. So I'm glad to see that you've done that. Let's spin the wheel, get another channel on the screen. Danker was customizing their channel. Very good. And then Baby Ree, yes, let's bake. Everybody here is willing to bake, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to any creators in the chat that you'd like. Please meet people one by one. Take your time. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members. Here in tuberchat, the object is always to be making the first move. You don't want it to wait for anybody to come to you. You will go to their channel, watch their video, give them a comment and a like, subscribe to them, and then come back here and let them know that you've done that, and they will turn around and do the same thing for your channel. Lord of the Skies. I'm sure, yeah, hopefully everybody likes it. Baby Ree, the wheel typically takes like half an hour, 45 minutes to get on. So basically the way that it works, I have a robot here called Bottissimo. It's just like Nightbot, Stream Elements, and Streamlabs and all that stuff. And what happens is it keeps track of how long everybody's here and how active they've been, so that I can keep some kind of an order and keep it fair between everybody who gets on the wheel. Usually, like I said, it takes half an hour to 45 minutes, sometimes even longer. And then if you're still here, we put your name on the wheel, and then we put you on the screen if you're still here after that. Sandrine Waite has been here for a while. Discord, yeah, Danker. Anybody's willing to connect and meet on any other social networks, of course. The only thing we want to do is avoid self-promotion. So you don't just want to say, hey, everybody, follow me on Instagram, and then put your Instagram name out. We don't want to do that because it's not quite the same thing. But you can individually have conversations and meet people for other social networks as well. Discord is something that we haven't used yet on tuberchat because I haven't quite found a way to help everybody benefit from it. I know it's a way that we can talk, but there's lots of other places for people to do that. If I can come up with some kind of a idea and get a little more familiar with Discord and see if there's a way that we can benefit everybody, then perhaps we'll use that at some point as well. This is the Daniel Show. They're constantly back with TuberChat, growing their channel, meeting new friends and family members. They do the feature channels collaboration, and then I think the Daniel Show's willing to swap playlists as well, and they are well over 1,000 subscribers. They've got it nice and locked in, so that's great to see. I'm going to move on quickly. Yeah, Danker, I know it's an idea to use, but I just haven't found it necessary yet. That's the trouble with it. I have to become more familiar with it. I tried using Slack for a little while, and I just found it not to be anything that I needed. I wasn't getting any benefit at all, as opposed to just leaving regular messages on Facebook or Instagram or any of that stuff. Here's Lord of the Skies. I thought we were already connected, but maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't have the wrong channel, do I? No, this is the right channel. So I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but you are a new connection for TuberChat. So what I'm going to do is take one of your videos, and I'd like to give you a few minutes of watch time. So I'll take this 10-minute video, add it into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I will go through my watch later list. In the next 24 hours or so, I will watch that video in full, and I will leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I will give you a thumbs up, of course, and I will subscribe. And in that way, I will make sure that the subscription sticks. And then hopefully you're subscribed to TuberChat as well, and you have our notification bell on so you don't miss our further live streams. We're always here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but the times change so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. So just for fun, I'm going to spin for Sandrine Waite here. Bobsy's World, good to see you back in the house. Thank you for coming in. The first thing I got to do is get your bell on. Venom for Life, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Well over 500 subscribers, actually on your way towards 600. So that is great news, and it looks like you're doing just great with your channel. I like your niche. So you're not only starting a YouTube channel, but specifically reaching out to a specific audience, which is great news. That means that you should be very solid and strong in your channel. And you've got a lot of information for everybody here about how to make channel art, which we usually call banners, as well as thumbnails and watermarks and stuff like that. How do you play background music in StreamYard? I haven't really done much of it yet, and pardon me for 1 second. I'll see if I can answer that question. Oh, apparently Kristen just let me know that Shenzhen Zen, who hopefully is still in the chat with us here, has a video that's going viral right this minute, as a matter of fact. She's got something that's really taking off. So not that I want to take away from it, because it's a great celebration, but what happens often is, I try to preach all the time here on TuberChat, if you can build your channel with a strong and solid foundation, then eventually when you make the right moves, you learn enough, and hopefully a little bit of luck comes by, you can have a channel take off. So it sounds like Shenzhen Zen, who's a very much loved and respected member of the TuberChat community, has something great going on right now. So I'm not sure if she's still here, but Shenzhen Zen, just let me know if you're still here. Fun with LNL, thank you for coming in. You're you're new to TuberChat and you love dessert. That's great. That's the first time I've heard anybody say that, but we say a lot of interesting things in the chat when we're doing things like we are here at TuberChat. This is not a sub for sub network, but it is a very it is a community of loyal and dedicated community of people who are willing to support your channel genuinely, not only over the coming days, but weeks, months, hopefully eventually years as well. So you're free to meet any creators that you'd like to in the chat. Obviously, you still know the game. You're obviously understanding of the game, I can see already. So feel free to meet anybody that you'd like. Just please take your time, meet people one by one. The object here is to make the first move. Don't wait for anybody to come to you. And if you follow the instructions at the bottom of the screen, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members in no time. Venom for life, I'm always good, living the dream. So thank you for asking. Hopefully you're doing well also. And Ishy to Fishy, good to see you in here. That's an interesting name. But yeah, we don't want to do any self-promotion, so please be careful not to spam. You're welcome to meet other creators here if you'd like to by reaching out to them, subscribing to their channels, watching their videos, leaving comments. If you follow the instructions at the bottom of the screen, you'll find other creators reaching back out to you, but actually, no, you won't. So that's okay. That's too bad. It's always heartbreaking when I have to do that, but not everybody is interested in doing things the way that we do here at TuberChat. If you want, you can reach out to me on Instagram and talk to me about coming back in, but you got to be willing, first of all, not to spam, and then also to support other creators. Anyway, here's Sandrine Waite, so hopefully everybody will connect to them if you haven't already. I want to see now what is happening with Shenzhen Zen. Thank you for letting me know that you're still in the chat. Let's see what you got going on. Which video are we talking about? Sort by popularity. Oh, here we go. Okay. So, is this what we're talking about? Is this the video we're talking about, Kristen? It must be. But Shenzhen Zen, you see, typically is getting, you know, a few hundred views on every video, which is good news. That's great already. But she's got one video here. It's very short, but it's farming and innovation in Jamaica. And this particular video is really moving along because she only put it up a month ago and it's already got 3,000 views. So this video is moving and moving and moving, and that's great news. We're always happy to see good news, especially for a friend, somebody who's a member of the family, and especially somebody so much well-loved and well-respected. And Venom for Life, yeah, that's okay, Venom for Life. What we don't want typically when it comes to self-promotion is simply saying, like, the worst is to come in and say, I'm going live in a minute, and try to get people to leave. That's horrible. That's awful etiquette. Hopefully not many people do that, although we've seen it, right? And then the other thing is, you know, when you say like new video out today and stuff like that, there's the point here in TuberChat is you're supposed to be meeting new friends and family members. And if that's the case and you get the loyal and dedicated supporters that you're looking for, they're going to come and watch your videos and support you genuinely. And you're going to do better than you otherwise would have anyway. That's the point. But when people have good news and people are working on things, I'm always interested to know. Self-promotion that's really looked at as something that's shunned upon is not quite what you're doing. It's more talking about you know, things like come look at my channel right now or check out my video right this minute, particularly walking into a live stream and trying to get people to go and leave to watch your stuff. That is, that's what we're really trying to discourage, not just because I don't want it here, but because we want everybody to understand very well how etiquette works in all live streams, so that even when you're not in TuberChat, you're having an easier time in other live streams. Moderators aren't jumping on you and you're not getting blocked and banned and timed out and all that other stuff as well. Yeah, no self-promotion, absolutely. But that's okay. I'm interested to know what you're doing. Especially, you know, I used to be a DJ. I'm interested when it comes to music and stuff like that. But hopefully, as you grow and you get more and more, you know, subscribers, more and more followers, true, genuine supporters, you'll have lots of people coming to your channel, checking out your stuff. Anyway. All right, let me just look. I'm just looking at something in another window here. I hope you don't mind that I add that little speech to your video there, Shenzhen Zen, but that might be a perfect example of what I talk about all the time. But it looks like you really put the work into that to know what you were going to do, and that's the reason that it's moving. So these hashtags might be helping. I don't typically recommend people putting hashtags in their titles, but that might be helping. But you have, let's give you a like. Lots and lots of comments, which is great, and things like that. Great. Oh, and you got a part 2. That's beautiful. Yeah, after when you get that sorted out, hopefully you can put the links to both of them and get even more traffic. But typically what I tell people all the time is once you have, fun with L&L, I'm going to leave your message up. Hopefully another moderator won't take it down. But you forgive me, you can't say please check out my house, because that's self-promotion, even though you've connected to somebody else first. Sonia and Cheeto, good to see you. So hopefully, yeah, when you connect with another creator, you want to let them know, yes, I've baked you a cake or whatever, but you can leave it at that. They know to come and respond to you. That's what we're here for. Everybody will do that. But forgive me, we have to be careful about all that self-promotion. But it's great news that, Shenzhen Zen's doing a great job anyway. You see the strength of her channel. She's consistent. Her videos are getting roughly the same number of views. Some are a little bit more than others, but you can see how strong and solid she is. And then that is what allows your channel to be ready for the magic to happen. We all think we're going to make a video that everybody's going to love and it's just going to go viral. And unfortunately, for the most part, that's not how it works. So, fun with L&L. Oh, okay, somebody did. Did you leave that twice? Okay, fun with L&L. I wonder. Best I can do is just give you another chance and say, please, you can't say, come to my house, come and check out my house. So we'll try one more time and see what happens. Anchor, I love cake. I do too. And then just getting used to the time changes recently. Been missing a few lives. Oh, Shenzhen Zen, please don't ever feel that way. I move the times around every weekend, knowing that not everybody's going to be able to make it, because I want to reach different people from different time zones. So when you can be here, hopefully there's always lots of new people, as well as the familiar faces that make it strong. But I appreciate every minute that everybody spends with us here at TuberChat. And especially, on my other channel as well. So let me get over here. I'm going to refresh my page for a quick second. Oh, Simply Roy, sorry, Ishy Fishy is gone. That's a channel that's just hammering their own name over and over. So I don't know if it's a child or just somebody who typically spams. I don't know. I wouldn't wait for a response there. So I'm just adding a link into the chat now, and I'm hoping everybody will go over there. We can continue connecting in Yo, it's your boy Leo's live stream. You can connect the same way you do here. Just please say TuberChat Raid when you get there. I'm going to wrap up our live stream for today, and hopefully we'll see most of everybody tomorrow. And we're always here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and Monday, but the times change so that we can meet different creators around the world in different time zones. Thank you, everybody, for the time that you've spent. Hopefully you've met some new friends and family members. We'll head over to Yo, it's your boy Leo right now. And then just again, if you don't mind, please say TuberChat Raid when you get there. I will see you over there, and we can all keep connecting the way that we do here. And they will have a dynamic live stream going on as well. So thank you again, everybody, very much. And we'll see you soon.